Live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live weather authority coverage starts right now.
Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all having a great Thursday. I'm going to do a quick live about El Nino. I have a little segment in the 5:30 tonight, so if you tune the CBS 13 Live at 5, you can find some more information. I also posted an article on WGME.com. I'm going to pull it up in a couple of minutes. So this is going to be a quick live. I'm just going to go over some facts, but there's more information in my article on WGME.com. So let's get right into it. Let me pull it up. All right, so here's a beautiful sunset or sunrise this morning in Algonquin. Thank you, Rick Barber, for this one. I thought this was in with the ocean vibe, so this was a great photo to use. So I want to start off by talking about El Nino, like what it is. So El Nino is a natural climate pattern phenomenon that begins in the Pacific Ocean. It causes sea surface temperatures to increase and become warmer than average. It also pushes warm water east towards the U.S. coast and the U.S. West Coast, and it causes the Pacific jet stream to shift south of its usual position. So with the trade winds weaken or stop altogether and then pushes all of the warm water to the West Coast near California. So also this occurs a lot during the winter months. So during the winter months, the northern U.S. and Canada become drier than normal, and it becomes a little bit on the warmer side, meaning our warm trend will continue into the winter months. So we are actually in an El Nino event right now. NOAA, announced in June 2023 that this will be an El Nino event. So El Nino usually lasts 9 to 12 months. We'll get to that in a little bit. So usually with El Nino, like I said, the northern U.S. and Canada become drier and wet conditions begin in southern and southeastern part of the U.S. And altogether slows down and affects the amount of nutrients fish and other species can get in the ocean. So additionally, we get more tropical fish and they make their way towards warmer water when it's typically supposed to be on the chillier side. So here's a good example of what happens during an El Nino event of what I have up right now. So usually an El Nino event lasts between 9 and 12 months. It occurs randomly every 2 to 7 years. The last time we saw one was in 2016, and that was a strong El Nino actually, and that year, 2016, remains to be one of the hottest years on record. This is a little slide, a little graphic explainer on what exactly is El Nino. Just a few little facts. So the sister event of El Nino is La Nina. That's actually quite the exact opposite of an El Nino. So La Nina causes sea surface temperatures to decrease and become cooler than average, and instead warm water is pushed east towards Asia and shifts the Pacific jet stream north of its usual position. So there's also an increase in upwelling, which brings cold, nutrient-filled waters to the surface. And this also attracts more cold water species such as salmon and squid to the California coast. So also with El Nino, the Atlantic hurricane season is it slows down a lot. Hence why we haven't seen a lot of hurricanes right now. In the Pacific, during La Nina, the Pacific hurricane season is very intense. So at the end of the day, how will this affect our weather pattern? Weeks ago, the residents of Maine, all you Mainers out there, we were stuck in a very disappointing rain pattern that was due to the upper level low pressure system that resided above us directly in the atmosphere. And now that we are entering an El Nino event, temperatures are subjected to warm up and conditions are going to be drier as the Pacific jet stream tracks south. So that's very interesting as well. And then let me go back. These are all the El Nino events that happened over the last 45 years. And to wrap up this live, the Climate Prediction Center with NOAA is monitoring the ongoing El Nino event, and it provides updates along with the current status. And this event that is forecasted to peak during the upcoming 2023-2024 winter season will be moderate to strong intensity. We'll have that moderate to strong intensity. And there's a very strong chance that this Pacific El Nino event will maybe considered to be the strongest since 2015-2016 winter season. So we are on track to be the hottest year on record so far. So we're going to keep updating you guys for the next couple of weeks of what our El Nino will be. I'll update you guys on the El Nino, what we're looking at for the fall and winter seasons. So when the fall comes around, I'll do another one of these, and then we'll talk about it again during the winter. So if you want more information, I have a segment going on at 5:30 tonight, the CBS 13 Live at 5. And you can check out our website, wgme.com/weather, or if you go on wgme.com, you can see my articles on there. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully you can get outside before we start seeing some rain. So thank you guys.
This has been Live.